What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and this is a pretty unexpected video, but earlier today Treyarch released a new Barbarian special event stream within Black Ops 4, first of course on PS4, which does feature the KAP-45 pistol, which I just covered a couple of days ago when we had that leak within the PC files. So I didn't expect them to do this, but it seems like new DLC weapons won't just be available within major operations like we have with Operation Absolute Zero, but they will be doing, I'd assume throughout the rest of the year, these occasional mini tier streams which involve new weapons, new cosmetics, and so forth. And within the Barbarian stream, there are 25 tiers that you can unlock, and obviously the 25th tier will grant you the KAP-45. You can either grind out these tiers for free, or you can buy your way to the end using COD points. But on screen, I'll put some beautiful KAP-45 gameplay here within multiplayer. But you don't know if this is going to be available in Blackout just yet, and Zombies will probably allow you to use the KAP-45 in one of the upcoming updates. You know for a fact the Galil, MP40, SWAT, and Damon are coming to Zombies in the next update, but for the KAP-45 will probably follow over the next 2 or 3 updates for Black Ops 4 Zombies. Now, in terms of the class setup for the KAP-45, I haven't mastered one class just yet for this pistol, but I will play around with different classes so you can see on screen how each of them play. But in terms of how they're handling DLC weapons, I brought this up in a couple of previous videos, but this is already miles better than the opportunity we had to get DLC weapons within Black Ops 3. Now, it seems like Activision is loosening up just a little bit so they can kind of mimic Epic Games' Fortnite DLC weapon system, or not necessarily DLC weapon, but cosmetic system as a whole. And I do think it's a step in the right direction, so we could thank Epic Games for that, since Activision seems to be trying to replicate that success as much as they can, and by doing so, they aren't locking weapons specifically behind supply drops this year, which I do think they would have done if not for Fortnite's success. And we know in Black Ops 3, despite the just tremendously terrible system to get DLC weapons, it was a pretty huge financial success, so I wouldn't have been surprised if Activision brought back a very similar supply drop loot system, back into Black Ops 4. So hopefully we don't see that again, where there's absolutely no way to get your hands on one specific weapon within a loot system. I just don't think that was pro-consumer whatsoever, but at least with this system, it is a step in the right direction. It could take you a while to grind out those tiers in order to get a certain weapon, but it's still free. Or for those other people who just rather buy their way to the end, the people who could afford it, they can do that as well. So it's the best of both worlds when it comes to these new tiers. Now, what I don't agree with necessarily is locking specific variants, master cramos, and special orders behind just COD points. I still think there should be a way to get your hands on this. Now, towards the end of Black Ops 3's second year of life, we were able to see this new, what I would say, experiment where they allowed you to purchase certain specialist outfits in multiplayer. You could either purchase them directly for, I believe it was 600 COD points, or you can pay for the order itself for 300 COD points, which would involve you having to get a certain amount of wins before you can use that outfit. So that was definitely an experiment for what was to come here within Black Ops 4, and I think something like that would be a little more appropriate, or even just some type of grind to get that. But I'm not going to ask for too much. I think we're already on a good level of pro-consumer slash kind of anti-consumer when it comes to these DLC weapons, so we can't complain too much about the mastercrafts because at least it is cosmetic only. But there are definitely people out there who can't fork over the $4 to $10 that it costs to get some of these new mastercrafts, like the vampire one that just came out today for the Vapor, which looks absolutely insane. I'm definitely getting my hands on it, but there are other people who of course can't just fork over $10 every other week for a nice new mastercraft. Maybe they'll get one every couple of months, and they just really can't afford the ability to continuously get the new mastercrafts, which is understandable. But once again, if we ever see completely different DLC weapons, not variants, not mastercrafts, locked behind just COD points, then it's going to be a problem. And honestly, I don't see that being too impossible. You know, we have the reserves, and obviously there's nothing too great in the reserves besides maybe that boombox variant and some other ones as well. But they could even go as far as locking an entire DLC weapon or a really cool character just behind reserves, which works in almost in the exact same fashion as supply drops did back in Black Ops 3. So that would be tragic, and hopefully we don't see that. But always keep that in mind. Activision can always pull a fast one like that and just all of a sudden release some crazy new content just behind reserves. They'll say, you know what, you're gonna have to grind out 50 tiers to finish this operation, and then after that, once you get into the reserves, then you have a chance at getting your hands on that item you might want. So it's always a possibility. Always keep that in mind. But that's about it. Hope you guys enjoy the KAP-45 gameplay. I have plenty of other Black Ops 4 Zombies videos, multiplayer coverage, and even some fun Blackout live playthroughs dropping later this week. Check all links down below in the description. This is dkdynamite, and peace out.